The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, PLHIV empowers others to step out, PNG host of 38th InfoFish meet, and Talio stepping up for Pacific Games. The Ministry of International Trade and Investment this week announced James Joshua as acting chairman of the Securities Commission. On Monday, 12th December, the Minister for International Trade and Investment stated that the term of former acting chairman of Securities Commission, Robert Salman Minak, has expired. Joshua is currently the Director of the Market Supervision and Licensing Division of the Securities Commission. Minister Maru is confident that Joshua's experience and seniority, and as a long-serving officer at the management level, Joshua will provide continuity and be able to carry out the functions of the Securities Commission until an appointment for the new CEO and a new board is made. The position has been advertised widely and an appointment is expected early in the new year. Applications close this Thursday, December 15, 2022. The National Fisheries Authority are this year's host for the 36th InfoFish Governing Council meeting. Minister for Fisheries and Marine Resources TVWAN made the official announcement in the opening meeting that will be held from 13th to 16th of December. InfoFish started as an FAO regional project in 1981 and has since made a lasting impact on the fishery industries of the region. In his remarks, Minister for Fisheries and Marine Resources TVWAN was happy to mention that as an independent intergovernmental organization, FAO's range of services has widened over the years to include important areas such as aquaculture, fishing, marketing and trade, processing and quality control, including the dissemination of information through numerous publications, workshops, seminars and conferences. Sherlyn Maria Anthony Sami, Director InfoFish, said they hope to have more training programs for PNG, particularly in developing domestic markets, adding more value to the products that PNG already has in-country. They will also look at how to better assist in aquaculture development in PNG.
This meeting is held regularly every year to discuss the progress of InfoFish activities for the member countries. And usually we plan also what's going to be done for the member countries in the coming year. For example, at this meeting we'll be discussing the plans of activities for 2023 for the member countries.
NFA Managing Director Mr. Justin Ilekini said the meeting brings all 12 member countries together to discuss budget and priorities of the different member countries and to formulate a work plan for 2023.
InfoFish in all the member countries. So, as an outcome of this meeting, the work priorities of member countries will be identified and be confirmed, including the kind of budget and the kind of assistance that will be provided to the member countries over the course of the next 12 months.
InfoFish has been around for 40 years, and in that time there has been significant development that have been supporting all of the member countries of InfoFish. And it is hoped to be around for the next 40 years with new directions and with the new challenges that we are also facing. During the official opening of the 36th InfoFish General Council meet, Minister Wong stated NFA's delight in participating at a special high-level ministerial dialogue organized by InfoFish. This is where PNG was able to reaffirm its position, among others, in calling for the need to communicate more effectively on the success of the tuna sector. Acknowledge that whilst tuna fed both domestic and international markets during the COVID-19 crisis, tuna remains often underappreciated in the market. He urged island nations to work together to mitigate the effects of climate change on fisheries production and food security. This is also to prepare for the future impacts of climate change on the oceans and tuna fisheries. PNG will host the 8th Pacific Tuna Forum scheduled for September 2023.
The canning, as well as the new machinery, new inventions and everything, they'll all come here. This will be great for our country. It showcases what our country is all about. It will showcase the traditional side of and the cultural side of things, and it also gives an insight to the outside players.
The government has announced the appointment of Jacinta Warakai Manua as Acting Secretary for the Department of International Trade and Investment on Monday, 12th December. Minister for International Trade and Investment Richard Maru thanked Prime Minister James Marape for formally establishing the department on December 9 this year. NEC has now appointed Manua a long-term staff of the Department of Trade, heading the trade division within the department. Manua was also the former deputy head of mission in Australia and very senior and experienced officer. Minister Maru is confident with her experience and leadership qualities. She will hold the acting secretary position until a formal structure is approved and the position of permanent secretary is advertised. Minister Maru added that the position has been advertised. Applications will close this Thursday, December 15th, with a permanent appointment expected early in the new year. Grade 10 and 12 graduating students at the Asia Pacific Multicultural College, Hola, NCD, were encouraged to protect their knowledge as a precious commodity that will give them a life of possibilities. This encouragement came from one of the guest speakers, UOG Facility Director Mark Gundu.
The director of APMCC, Thomas Pila, was overwhelmed with emotion to see the graduates for both grade 10 and 12 congratulating them for coming through a very difficult period of 2 to 4 years of this level of formal education. But then he reminded them not to forget the people who were standing behind them, pushing them on.
Many parents do not take education seriously. They neglect and they ignore. You will see and you will regret that you did not put them into school. But for those of you who put your children who are now graduating today, good on you.
The college is making way for students to have a pathway to higher learning, and Goroka UOG is one. Director of the facilities of UOG, who was one of the main speakers, encouraged the students to protect their knowledge.
If you like them, the best present I and you can give to our students, our kids, is the best education. Whatever education they follow, that's the best present you can ever give. Not 100 bucks for lunch, not a fancy car.
After the speeches, students were awarded for the best performances in different subjects, then later were given their certificates of attainment. These students have a reason to be joyful because they had been given a second chance to formal education and they have completed a respective level successfully.
I've been finishing grade 11, Sukrat Mika making 12 players and new environment to meet animal good plus something, all giving plant all prizes, now all giving ducks, science all giving ducks, me got diploma mass, me feeling was irrigation, no finish it.
Many like John Aka have their own story to tell, but what is common is that their appreciation of what this school and the director had done for them, an act of kindness to remember for years to come. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
TV1 News continues when we return. Stay with us.
With BSP Internet Banking, you can enjoy your banking at home, at work, or wherever you are. BSP Personal Internet Banking allows you to view your accounts and transactions, transfer money, bill pay, schedule future payments, or access your bank statements. Visit your nearest BSP branch to register now. BSP Internet Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, when you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him, Olgeta.
Open nets.
Favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
All right, man. Show me some good slippers around here.
Boss man, boss man, boss man.
Good, you want. Strong like you, smart like me.
Yeah, I hope they don't break.
Now surely look his son. This is Relaxo. Strong plus thread. Should I try them on you?
No, please. I'll take them.
Relaxo. Very strong, lasts long.
Welcome back. Rodney Mukinere has been living with AIDS for 22 years now. He is calling on people living with HIV and AIDS to accept their status and join like-minded individuals to campaign against the disease.
Rodney Mukinere, a person living with AIDS for 22 years now, is currently the president of Morobe Network of Positive Living. Mukinere stressed that it is important for people living with HIV/AIDS to join their network and work together to combat the disease.
So hopefully now, long total planted long, all positive line long, you know can fret, you know can send, you know can hide, or must come out basically also means so that people must walk one time long down in passing from HIV, you come up people inside long province, plenty only start, that's all. Only act awesome, only you're right yet. Now only round want to plenty old man or Mary or doing all yet you go come to Islam come up with big heavy blow HIV and come big line inside long.
Mukinere contracted the virus in 2000 but was made aware of his status in 2005 after he fell ill and became paralyzed. He has 5 children and is living with his wife. 2 of his younger daughters were born after he had the virus, but had tested negative. Even his wife does not have the virus. Because of this, he is a passionate advocate who has accepted his status and is urging others to do the same.
Making me yet come up with one man long trying to talk long HIV. Down in passing long transmitting. Toto want them all man meru satu ista want them HIV too. Talking more long, you can pour it, you can worry, you can sell. Time you pour it, you worry, you sell. And you put in you yet when sell one plus banish you not come up.
Mokenera has been faithfully taking his ART dosage at 8 p.m. every night for over a decade.
We start 17 years long. Now, me no stop. It's like we say go out with awareness. We say to talk all plenty all Arab line. We say stop ART. All masala say you Mr. Strong ART. ART by helping you go. I think we got blood test finish. Binatan only low, but by me go get narapla test lo funny mo to send logo binatang in na stop mo inside lo. We get strong belief was ART and we can suppressive life lo.
Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
It was a successful conclusion, the UNDP Entrepreneur Accelerator Program, with a demonstration day in Port Moresby recently. The program was facilitated by the United Nations Development Program and Centre for Arts and Innovation, Toolbox and Credit Union Foundation Australia. Women entrepreneurs successfully participated in a 6-week business acceleration program aimed at enhancing their skills and knowledge necessary to strengthen and refine their business ideas, models, planning and execution. The women-owned and led MSMEs were then given the opportunity to give their culminating pitch at the end of the EAP. UNDP presented the top 3 women entrepreneurs with seed capital for their businesses. Top prize of 10,000 kina went to Fioma's Therapy, 6,000 and 4,000 kina went to the second and third runner-ups, Margaret's Kitchen Services and Jamali Decorations, respectively. All of the women entrepreneurs who benefited from the formalization of their businesses were also awarded with smaller seed capital injections. Air New Guinea will commence weekly services connecting Australia, Papua New Guinea and Palau effective 28 February 2023. In a partnership between Air New Guinea and the Australian government, it will service this route under the Australian government's Pacific Flight Program, which underwrites flights during the initial establishment phase. Air New Guinea Chief Executive Officer Bruce Alabaster stated that the weekly flights will be operated by the airline's Boeing 767 aircraft every Tuesday from Brisbane to Palau via Port Moresby, with a return flight, on Wednesday. TrackPro PNG is once again hosting a charity food drive to donate to organizations that have had very little funding and support over the year. This year, they have organized for well-known artists and musicians to do a musical collaboration that involves the fusion of different languages. TrackPro PNG is a part of the JMUT group of companies, along with JMUT Helping Hand, Alibi Bar and Grill, Miss Alibi and Jazamaya Properties. Their aim is not only to donate food supplies, but to also bring exposure, recognition, and to thank those dedicated groups that are continuously providing support through these tough times. Their first Christmas food drive held last year was a major success. Generous donations were well received from renowned distributors in Port Moresby and played an immense part in making Christmas merrier for almost 30,000 people in the nation's capital. Donations were received from sponsors like Patrick's Transport, Goodman Fielder PNG, Paradise Foods Limited, JMUT Supermarket, PBC Mega Development, Insomnia Band, Keynote and Trukai Industries. This year, TrackPro PNG has engaged another set of amazing artists and the like in a musical collaboration and have pledged to embrace transparency and to fully utilize every contribution received, as has always been done with their missions. This organized musical collaboration with artists like Daniel Morgan, Esther Pacifica, Alfredo Dogi Fabula, Robbie T of Metro Crew and other reputable Papua New Guinean artists were also gathered in Port Moresby for the recent 2022 Papa Ground Festival. The music video and rehearsals were held at the Keynote Music House in the Brian Bell Gordon's Home Centre and will be released after the food drive in the coming week. You're watching TV1 News. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Whether we're playing sport, exercising for fitness, being active for work or play, just having some fun, or just chilling, there is one name we can count on that we know will keep us going strong. Skell Rice. Healthy, nutritious, delicious medium grain rice full of vitamins and minerals. Skell helps us maintain a healthy, active lifestyle so we can enjoy every day.
Skell Rice. Skell Rice.
Very superstitious. Writings on the wall. When you believe in things, but you don't understand the check yourself. Superstition ain't the way.
SB Lager was there for the birth of our nation. We cheered when we dominated the Pacific Games. And we were full of pride when the Hunters lifted the cup. SB Lager, cheers to 70 years.
At TISA, we've been the common thread in Papua New Guineans' lives for 50 years. At first, we were simply teachers helping teachers. And today, we're the largest savings and loan society in PNG. With members across our nation's public service and industries. It's an honor to be the common thread in so many lives. Not for profit, not for charity, but for service.
Hi, with the help of Palmolive Naturals shampoo and conditioner, with these 3 quick and easy tips, I'm going to show you that more natural, beautiful hair is achievable. Step 1, massage your scalp during washing with shampoo. Step 2, apply conditioner to the tips of your hair. Step 3, gently towel dry your hair. There you have it. For natural, beautiful hair, use Palmolive Naturals shampoo and conditioner. Have a great hair day.
Welcome back. Central Province sprinter and PNG representative Terence Talio had a tough day at the recently concluded PNG Air Track and Field National Athletics Champions competing the 200-meter race at the Serjongai Stadium. Terence, having done well at this year's mini games, was disappointed with his races and vowed to continue to work hard towards the other upcoming lead-up tournaments before next year's Pacific Games.
20-year-old Terence Talio, who hails from Barakau Village, Central Province, seriously took up athletics in 2015 after previously only competing at inter-school carnivals. Since then, Terence has come leaps and bounds, extensively competing at the various domestic championships before breaking through to representative duties. One of his major highlights so far was doing well in the 200-meter sprints at this year's Pacific Mini Games in Saipan. If that was not enough, Terence was picked to represent PNG at the Oregon World Athletics Championships and also spent 3 months training in the U.S. with fellow sprinter Leroy Kamau. Meanwhile, at the recent PNG Air Track and Field National Championships in Port Moresby, Terence was visibly disappointed with himself as he struggled to keep up and could not unleash his usual best in the 200-meter sprints, which were below his very recent PB of 21.5 from the mini games.
It's okay, but the track is it's a little bit heavy, so so I can make it.
On his selection for the World Athletics Championships in Oregon, Terence said it was nerve-wracking competing with some of the world-class athletes, but unfortunately disqualified for stepping off the line.
I attend the World Champ, but the problem is I just made false not false start, but disqualification. Step on the line for last 120 meter. So, but maybe that I'm running the good time. I ran 21.72.
Okay.
And that is my previous PB. The personal is 21.55 at mini games this year.
Terence is now focusing on the next upcoming events, including running the 100-meter sprints to regain his old form.
I'm trying my best to run 100 meter as well. But 200, it's, it's like, that's my answer.
Jerry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Athletics PNG is now in preparation mode for next year's Pacific Games in the Solomon Islands. After the recent PNG Air National Athletics Championships in Port Moresby, Athletics PNG President Tony Green revealed a number of young talents from the junior development teams have been identified and will be added to their development training program for next year's World Youth Championships. On the current PNG Elite squad, Green said for the middle and long distance athletes, there's quite a hectic training program scheduled for the next couple of months, which is important for the upcoming World Cross Country Championships and next year Pacific Games.
We've got a few of our sprinters will be over in the US, so they'll be having their competitions from January to May, especially the boys. Leroy should be going over in the new year to join the other athletes in Kansas. So Relly and Sharon Towako will be back to the Gold Coast to continue their training for the Games.
The SB-PNG Hunters training camp this year has been tough for a lot of the new and younger members of the squad, having to live at home and come for training on day-to-day basis. At least that is the new approach to build character, self-discipline and mental toughness within themselves. Hunters head coach Stanley Teppen said previously they were accommodated, but for this year they have changed their strategy, especially for those players who have been invited to join the training camp, which has been challenging.
The unconfirmed contracted boys have been asked to stay at home and make their own way to training. Previous years they were accommodated, but we've changed that up where they have to find their own way to training and go back home, come back, catch a bus, find their, look after themselves with meals and accommodation. So it's been challenging, and then you put the training with that. But that's what we're trying to achieve, is build them up mentally and as well as making them work hard and to be a hunter. And that's what we want to do, and that's what we've done at the start, and it's worked out well. So the young guys, it's been tough, but they're progressing along pretty good.
And that ends the news tonight. Remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.